Fragrant harbor, that's what the Chinese call Hong Kong. Hong Kong is unusual, as large as Hamburg and Munich combined with twice as many people. Over 6 million. Hong Kong has some of the highest real estate prices in the world. In some districts, 200,000 people are crammed into 1 square kilometer. Tens of thousands live on houseboats. Land is precious. That's why the runway was built up in the sea. A few decades ago, things looked different here. At the end of World War II, in 1945, 100,000 fled to Hong Kong. 4 years later, the People's Republic of China is founded. Again, 100,000 flee from China. Most refugees are destitute, but they are willing to learn and work cheaply. Refugee textile manufacturers from Shanghai build an industry for export. The strait between the mainland and Hong Kong Island is an excellent natural harbor. Today, Hong Kong Island and the mainland are closely connected with ferries every 5 minutes, a subway, and an underwater tunnel. Hong Kong must import all raw materials, even finished goods like cable reels or steel ropes. These are cotton bales for the textile industry. The container port is the second largest in the world after Rotterdam. Hong Kong doesn't need many imported goods for itself. It's also an important transshipment point for the People's Republic of China. Export goods for almost all countries in the world. Why is trade doing so well? Hong Kong is a free port with no import or export duties. Banks define the city center. The Hong Kong and Shanghai Bank cost more than the most expensive building in New York. Hong Kong has one of the most important stock exchanges. It's a kind of transshipment point for goods and securities, like in Frankfurt or New York. Buy gold now, the newspaper says. When the price drops, traders at the gold exchange also step in. Anyone can bring in or take out as much money and gold as they want. Shopping centers, kilometer-long shopping streets or street markets. More than 10,000 shops await buyers. Who manufactures the most watches in the world? Hong Kong. Interested in gemstones and diamonds? Hong Kong is one of the world centers for the jewelry trade. Local and foreign fashion houses showcase their latest models. The 2 pieces. That one, and also the kimono. Everything at a special price. Just before midnight. In a few hours, they expect the first customers. Hong Kong's shops sell duty-free goods 7 days a week to 3 million tourists. A palm reader tries to predict the future. They are more interested in the present with Hong Kong dollars in their pockets. What's purchased the most? Computers at low prices. For them, the electronic future has already begun. Computers play a role everywhere. not only in chess. Hong Kong holds the world record as a toy manufacturer because of its low prices. Why is it worth setting up industry here? Many people work for low wages in this electronics plant. These women earn $1 a day. There is no unemployment benefit, no health insurance, and no minimum wage. A worker gets 7 days of vacation a year. There is no such thing as a pension. Still, many business owners are thinking it over. Should they relocate part of the production to the People's Republic of China? Wages are only a seventh as high there, but Hong Kong has plenty of labor. For those who cannot or do not want to work, there are already 2 others ready. This is a housing machine for 4,000 people. New social housing is being built, but it is far from sufficient. Mr. Wong has been lucky here. The new apartment is 20 square meters. Previously, it was 10. Mr. Wong works for $250 in a textile factory. He pays $100 in rent, including electricity and water. On the free market, he would have to pay twice as much. He cannot afford that, even if his wife also earns. The population continues to rise steadily. Where is there still space? Only in the new territories between Kowloon and the Chinese border. Why didn't they build here earlier? What will Hong Kong's future look like? Or will everything end in 1997? Over 200 years ago, British merchants established a trading post in Canton, in South China. They buy tea, silk, and porcelain. They sell opium from India. The Chinese emperor, depicted here in a caricature, prohibits the opium trade. He has 20,000 boxes burned. The British are outraged. Their negotiators demand Hong Kong Island as compensation. The Chinese do not accept. Then British warships intervene. The Chinese junks are no match for them. After this conflict, the British merchants withdrew from Canton. In 1842, Britain forced the Chinese to cede the rocky island of Hong Kong. In 1860, China had to cede Kowloon. In 1898, Britain leased the new territories as hinterland for 99 years. In 1980, Britain and the People's Republic of China signed a treaty in Beijing. On the left is the British Prime Minister, on the right the Chinese Premier. He is filled with joy by the treaty.
The joint declaration on the future of Hong Kong, which we have just signed on behalf...
The joint declaration we have just signed on the future of Hong Kong is a milestone for its residents.
Sino-Chinese relations and in the history of international diplomacy.
Not just the new territories. All of Hong Kong will revert to China in 1997. To reassure the British Crown colony, it will be allowed to continue developing as it has for another 50 years. But what will really happen to today's global city after 1997?